when you hear some strange sound outside your window at night in a house that you're spending the night for the first time, you have a tendency of assuming the worst. Okay? So, fast forward, okay, next week, it's the same sound. You are no longer concerned. Why? Because you found out last week, okay, when you heard the sound, okay, you got out of bed, okay, you started looking for something to defend yourself, and you won't turn on the light, and you stayed in the dark, and you looked outside your window, only to realize it's the neighbor taking out the trash can. And because it's his house, because it's his alley, he knows every inch of the land. He doesn't need to turn on the light. Okay? So he is dragging the trash can, all right, to the curb. That's the sound. All right? So you know, it's the neighbor. So next week, all right, you're trying to go to sleep and the same sound. It doesn't even bother you. Because your understanding, your interpretation of the same stimulation is now different. The first night, okay, it's the same sound. You don't know what that sound is, so you assume the worst, all right, for your own protection. The second week, all right, same sound, all right, you know what that sound is. So your understanding of it, your interpretation of it is now different. And you feel perfectly safe staying in bed, okay, continuing trying to go into sleep. So the action is a result of the feeling. And the feeling is a result of the belief. And the belief, the thinking, is a result of the external stimulation. Okay? Once again, the human action, the human behavior, the human conduct, whatever you wish to call it, is a result of the feeling that human is experiencing. The feeling, the emotion, or the emotional state. Okay? And then the feeling, the emotion, the emotional state, that is a result of their thinking, their belief. And their thinking, their belief is a result of their external stimulation, okay? Or how they interpret, how they understand the external stimulation. Back to the example of someone spending the night for the first time in a house that's new to him, okay? He just bought it or he's renting it doesn't matter. The external stimulation between the first week and then the second week, they are the same, which is sound that's strange to him late at night outside his window. Okay? During the first week, his interpretation or his thinking or his belief of the sound is this could be danger. This could be bad. Okay? And that got him into the state of fear, of alarm, of fight or flight. The second week, he has already learned this is nothing but the neighbor taking out the trash. So his interpretation of the event of the external stimulation is different. Therefore, his feeling about the event, the same external stimulation, is now totally different, 180 degrees different. So as a result of a different understanding, different feeling about the same event, his emotion, his feeling is different. He's in a totally different emotional state. Okay, the first week, because he thought this might be potential danger, so he's in an emotional state of fear, of fight or flight. And the second week, his emotional state, because of the thinking, the understanding, the interpretation is different. So his feeling is now calm and relaxed because he knows it's nothing but the neighbor taking out the trash. So as a result of the two different feelings, okay, his actions are different. The first week, he got out of bed looking for something to be used as a weapon to defend himself against the potential intruder. The second week, he stayed calmly in bed, knowing it's nothing but the neighbor taking out the trash, and he's just trying to go into sleep. Okay, he's not alarmed at all. So, in order for you to change someone else's, or including yours, your own action, or you want to call it behavior, or you want to call it conduct, okay, you will have to change their or your own feeling about the event or the situation. In order to change someone's feeling or your own feeling about the situation, you will have to change their thinking, which is their understanding, which is their interpretation, which is their belief about the situation. And it's the same external situation. Okay? Once again, it's the same situation and people conduct themselves, behaves, or act differently. And if you want to change someone's act or behavior or conduct, including that of your own, you will have to change their feeling. And in order to change their feeling, you will have to change their belief, their thinking. and their interpretation of the event, the situation, the external stimulation. Okay? Both the following are false. The first one is, I cannot change how I feel about X and Y and Z. Okay? If something happens, then I'm just going to feel good or bad about it, and I cannot change it. Yes, you could. It is possible if you change your understanding or your interpretation of the situation. The second is you demand someone to change their behavior. You need to modify your behavior. You need to conduct yourself differently. You need to change your behavior. Okay? You can issue that order. It doesn't mean it's going to work, because something inside of the other person has to change, right? Their feeling, their emotion has to change. They have to be in a different emotional state for their conduct, for their behavior to change. And for them to get into a different emotional state, they have to hold a different set of thinking. They have to have a replacement belief about the situation. And in order to obtain or upgrade to a different thinking, a different set of beliefs about the same situation, they have to change or upgrade their interpretation of the event or the situation, or their understanding of their situation or the event. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So this way, when I release new educational videos, you will be notified and you will be the first to learn. And also, make sure you send this video to as many people as possible, so we can all learn and grow together and help each other to grow together. We're in this together. And if you need private coaching, business consulting, or training, feel free to contact me. And my contact details are linked below.